Let's find out what the road ahead looks like. Mayur Milak is Senior Vice President Auto and Aviation at Asian Market Securities, now joining in. Thanks so much for taking time out. Let's just begin by assessing the fact that CV sales have remained rather muted. Do you believe that it was just a one-off in the month of November, and what are you anticipating for the coming months?
Hi, morning. So yeah, quickly to begin with on CV first. So I think, we do believe just looking at numbers really doesn't give too much of the sense. I think the quality of numbers, so largely in the last 6 months, what we've seen is the higher tonnage vehicles are actually on the decline, whereas you're seeing more numbers coming on the lower tonnage side. So clearly, I think the freight corridor has started showing its role on the CV sales. Going forward, we do believe that while numbers may come in, but I think the overall tonnage growth is always more critical, and that is where we have our concerns. We think with the activation of the Western Freight Corridor, the direct freight corridor on the Western line, we will see some more impact really coming on the multi-axle trucks. So we would have our negative view on the CV cycle as of now.
Do you think CV cycle is a lead indicator of what is happening to the sector per se? Because if CVs they're slowing down, that means economy is slowing down, that means discretionary spend will come under pressure. Are we in for a tough time for autos?
Yeah, to be very honest, I think what you're saying is true. Possibly held well for the last over 2 decades, I guess. But I think the missing link here was, of course, the competition from the railway side. Now, what I'm trying to say here is that even if the economy were to do good, really not taking a call on the economy, but I think clearly the competition from railways is something more fierce for the sector to watch out, rather than really the economy side. I think. With the exim load coming on the freight corridor, you will start seeing some pressure coming in on the road transport. So this is where, as a house, we are taking a view that your competition from railways is something that needs to be watched out in the next couple of years. This, I think, is more strategic hit than anything else.
Car sales for the month gone by were up only 1%. How much of that is because of this entire Diwali Dashera interplay? Last time Diwali was in November, October, this time it's November, so numbers are looking different, or vice versa?
I think so. As analysts, we really look at the whole season rather than really checking out, because yes, Diwali keeps to 10 shifting between October, November. So clearly has an impact on the retails. But I think, more importantly, looking at the numbers that these companies have made, dispatches, I think it is very, very important to look at what retails have registered. So if I really have to start with the two-wheeler pack, I think Hero has reported the smartest number ever. I think reporting a retail of 9 lakh plus by itself is an awesome thing to do. So clearly, the wholesale dispatches are not in line with the retails, and you would have a good 4 lakh unit get corrected in the channel inventory, which I think is a great thing to do, at this point in time. So clearly, if I have to mark out that there is definitely a big disparity between dispatches, right? There are other companies who are holding more inventory with the dealers. So that is why I think uh, retail registration should be more like a view rather than looking at how much really a company has dispatched to its dealers. At the end of the day, it is just adding up on inventory, right? If retails don't happen.
Fair enough, but do you think all of this is adequately now factored in the stock prices or not? What's your recommendation on these stocks? Trim positions, add? What's been the latest call?
So I think as a house, we have a top pick on Hero Moto in the two-wheeler side. We clearly think that achieving that 9 lakh, 9.5 lakh kind of number in a month clearly has taken care of all the entry-level inventory that had piled up at its dealers' levels. So clearly they stand to gain going forward in terms of their production lines. While all other peers, whether it is TVS or Bajaj, they clearly have much higher inventory with the dealers than what a Hero would have. So sooner or later, this will definitely have an impact on the production lines going forward. In our as a house, we have a buy on Hero and we have a sell on Bajaj Auto.
What is your view on Ola independently of what is happening there? I mean, there is a huge. The main street is divided on what Ola Electric can do. There is a large section which says that okay, they have technology, and there's a large section which says that there are products which are not which are getting into trouble.
I'd agree, so I think anything at 50, 60,000 odd is definitely something that cannot be ignored. Clearly Hero doesn't have a huge market share in the EV. So at this point in time, this dent is more towards Bajaj Auto and TVS. If at all this product turns out to be a great success for Ola, then I think yes, clearly the other two companies will have a bigger impact. Uh, I think I think the street broadly knows the technical glitch that is happening at the service level at Ola. I'm wanting to believe that they would have pulled up their socks, understood what has gone wrong in the past, and taken corrective actions. But clearly, I think a product at 50,000 and 60,000 is something that you just cannot ignore. I think it's a great thing to look at how they really deliver on the performance of these two products.
Uh, what, to your mind, is the best EV play in India?
Yeah, honestly, I think too early to really have a view on that. The auto anks clearly are the gainers here because whoever is delivering whatever, as long as I'm a supplier to the auto OEs, I think I stand to gain. But overall, in terms of OEs, really very difficult. We are too less a number really to stick our neck out and say that okay, this is where the game change is happening. I think a lot of players are trying a lot of stuff. You recently heard from Honda also coming out with their first Activa E. I think in the next couple of years, a lot of things will get clear as far as the two-wheeler guys are concerned. On the four-wheeler side, I think Mahindra clearly stands up and as far as the EV play is concerned, I think the last two product launches that happened clearly are way apart from the league. At this point,
We got you on a bit of a scratchy line, Mayur. We'll try and perhaps connect with you later. But thanks so much for joining us today. So that's the latest on the auto sales and how Ola needs to pull up its socks as far as the service delivery is concerned.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.